Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, here we go with a Divine Masculine check-in. And yeah, just first off, I have put some more sessions up for January. I found a little bit more time to squeeze in some more one-on-one sessions, so find the link in any of my videos in the description for my bookings on my website. And I will be opening up more, usually 2 weeks ahead of time, but I always put a message up on the community board. So you have to subscribe to my channel in order to get those updates. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So if you haven't, then you'll want to do that so you won't miss out. Okay, the first thing I'm being asked to look at is what beliefs are the Divine Masculines releasing? Old, outdated beliefs. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the Divine Masculine Collective. What is it we can see for the beliefs that the DMs are releasing at this time? Okay, we're getting the Hanged Man on the side, and ooh, airy-fairy connotations about love. Wow, so masculinity, femininity, practicality, spirituality, codes of conduct. Let's get some clarifiers. So the Daughter of Cups is my rosy sunglasses emo card. Like, can mean ain't nobody got time for love. That's a belief that's being released. Okay, I'm being guided to go to the Hermetic Tarot. What would they say about releasing the fluffy aspects of love? I don't want to lose you, and I just wish things were different. So they have idealized something about your connection and put it in the too good to be true. Love is not enough, I'm getting. So part of the reason that this person has been on the fence about whether to allow you in their life fully or not, to go deeply, is because they have thought love was not enough. Okay, let's get a message. What do you think now, DM? What is your opinion now about love that is coming in to replace, if anything yet? We are getting, I'm obsessed with your body in the reverse. So there's something about the physicality of your connection that keeps drawing them back. This is a Devil Energies card. So there's a temptation every once in a while. They love your smile, I just heard, or your physical way about you, how you maneuver in the world. I know this is more lusty than that, but it is in the reverse, so I'm getting these more subtle, like the physical keeps drawing them back in, something they're seeing in the physical. The devil cards in this deck and any deck, they are all about the material physicality of life. And so that is kind of, you know, the polar opposite to this airy-fairy energy. And that contrast, juxtaposition, is what keeps impressing upon the DMs that there's just more to this connection. Okay, let's clarify the Hanged Man coming out on the side. Because the Hanged Man is like, bing, I see something I didn't see before. And usually the universe puts us in a headlock to get us to see something like this. But this came out on the fence. So what is this about from the past? What are we getting here? DMs about the past. Do you think about me too? So they are always utilizing this connection as a muse energy, and happiness is my priority. It's like a sharpening stone. It is, I call it energetic accountability buddies. When we have these entanglements, we just can't put it down. And the DMs are thinking about you, DF, thinking about your connection, thinking about their own happiness, and constantly juggling the polarities, conditions that they place on themselves in their lives and the way that they maneuver through the world. They've got this inner calibration going on under the surface. So where do you think this is going consciously, DMs? What are you working on? Will you choose me? Came out on the fence again. So compatibility, I'm just hearing there's a lot of questions of compatibility going on in the Divine Masculine collective regarding Divine Feminine energy. So if we take the masculine and feminine polarities as energies of becoming, as the cutting edge threshold of conscious love, conscious relationship, this indicates to me that the divine masculines are evolving to look at those higher aesthetics and to really weigh these connections out through the eyes of love and practicality in a new sense. They're standing the test of time. The attractiveness of the divine feminine energy is having its way with the divine masculines, for lack of a better way to put it. Okay, let's dive into a divine masculine reading. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for my I want to squish your faces lovely twin flame collective that joins me here. What can we see for the divine masculines? How are the divine masculines thinking of the divine feminines, feeling on the heart space for divine feminine energy? Wishing for in these connections. What actions are the masculines taking towards union in relationship? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? And where are the connections going in the near future? Oh, I just shuffled and saw Gate of Returning in the Starseed deck. So not all is lost. If you're watching this and it's resonated so far, you are going to be so blessed in your life. Okay, conscious mind. The Chariot and Page of Wands, there's that spirituality again. So Chariot is energetic reasons to move forward. This is the 5D and above. It's the spiritual motivation, the energetic motivation, the deeper truth. And this page is the page of spirituality. It's the initiate into the spiritual layers of reality. So divine masculines are really thinking of these connections in terms of the benefit spiritually moving forward in their lives. So that's outweighing whatever the practical reason against the connections were. The spiritual energetics are making more sense, and they're coming back to the drawing board on an even deeper level. And if they've already seen this, it's clicking, it's making sense, it's starting to look more practical than they once suspected. And for divine feminines, journey, exchange, transference. So just because your divine masculine wasn't there yet does not mean that there wasn't love, does not mean that they knew all the answers. This is a journey, divine feminines, and they are catching stride with this. They are seeing how it's not so woo-woo after all to be a lovely, loving person. It's essential. It's the missing piece in all sense of that word and spelling. So yeah, it's the journey. They are seeing how you have contributed to them becoming a better person, I just heard. Okay, so what are the masculines feeling on the heart space? Tower and the Moon. Tower about divine feminine. Heck yeah. So something that has been witnessed, or I'm hearing the absence of something. It's all things. I'm actually going to pull a clarifier and ask what this tower is, because it's like it's across the board energy I'm feeling with 2 major arcana with this moon. Yeah, we're really getting some deeper layer things. The moon is the subconscious, and when there's a tower, it's like rewriting quantum code of the DNA, literally getting into those primary nano layers of the operating systems. So divine masculines are seeing a deeper rationale than ever before in favor of these connections with divine feminine energy. What can we see that's happening in the divine masculines' lives that's causing this? So they've definitely seen a comparative energy with a bitchy feminine. This is controlling, conniving, wears the pants, bossy, masculine to the negative swing, feminine energy. And the divine masculines are seeing how that narcissistic or disintegrated feminine has influenced them. I want to say that that is a product of our modern day and age. There was such an imbalance and repressed energy on the planet regarding masculine and feminine. And we don't talk a lot about the toxic feminine energies, but this is what the divine masculines are looking at. It's looking at what happens when the feminine is repressed, oppressed, segregated, owned, objectified, and what then happens because of the feminine's need for survival, and how generations after that the feminine is quite toxic, controlling, fearful. So it's not necessarily that the soul of the individuals who have shown up in this energy are like depleted, defective. It is a conditioning. It is a disservice that has been done to humanity, where there has been really out of balance masculine energy and really out of balance feminine energy. I know most of you watching will understand that, but this is the deeper layer that's being shown, and giving just cause through this revelation of divine feminine energy compared with disintegrated feminine energy that is bringing light to the masculines and justification in why the masculines have been guarded to get into long-term relationships. So there's something about these connections that divine masculines are having these radical, life-changing aha moments about feminine energy on a brand new level. I'm hearing that a lot of them are reminiscing about certain things with the feminine that have played out in these connections, and they are seeing the wisdom in the divine feminine way. And I have to say, with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, another interpretation is no communication from the feminine. So some of the divine feminines have completely stopped communicating to the divine masculines because it's been contributing to a karmic looping within the connections, and the divine masculines are finally making sense of what that disconnect was, that they see the wisdom in that disconnect. And I just heard they're in awe of you for being that strong. They don't blame you. I just heard. Okay, what are the divine feminines? It's not going to resonate for everyone, but those who do, the masculines are understanding the silence when that happens. They are utilizing self assessments to see what that's about, and to know that it is more than just you got busy or something like that, Divine Feminines. And we see the Empress here at the bottom. I don't know why I was told to pick that up, but stay in your Empress energy, everyone. Okay, so what is the Divine Masculine wish at this time for the connection? Two of Air in the reverse. This is a card of blockage, and they're wanting to become unblocked. So some will resonate with that. So do what you want, Divine Feminines. If you've blocked your Divine Masculine, this might be a good time to unblock, because it's a conscious thing that the masculines are going through right now, where they are at least wishing to have access if possible. Again, if you are in a highly karmic situation, and I'm hearing restraining order, if you have a restraining order against your Divine Masculine, and you know that this isn't actually a Divine Masculine, but you're trying to make it fit with watching videos like this, Divine Masculines are not going to be physically violent. They're not going to be violent with their words. They're not going to be approaching you that way. Detach. Go far from any kind of abuse that's not divine. People who are disintegrated to that degree can get help. They don't have to be codependent in a relationship. You are worth more. If you're watching this video, you're worth more than that. For everybody else, this isn't going to be restraining orders and blocking on social media and that. If it is blocking on social media because it got too intense and you didn't want to withstand things that you were seeing and you needed a break, fair enough. But this is suggesting that maybe it's time that you could unblock. There's a lack of communication here. I do feel strongly with the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands here, Divine Masculines are really desiring to push their own capacity for communication with you, Divine Feminine, and they realize that you're not going to come to them, that they're going to have to get over themselves, get off their high horse, and they're going to have to unblock you, energetically or otherwise. So they're wishing to get through whatever this perseverance was. Now that can be beliefs, things that have been nagging at them under the surface that they weren't able to put down. They're looking at putting those legalistic sort of gospel type sentiments aside because they can't let this go. I'm hearing again, Divine Masculines have wanted the Divine Feminines to let go, and now that you have, what they're really getting from that is that they haven't been able to let go. And now they're saying, oh, they can't blame the Divine Feminine for not letting go, because look at that. I'm actually still hanging on after the Feminine let go. Maybe there's more to this. So Divine Masculines are wishing to be curious and explore. If it wasn't a lower vibrational glue that was holding these connections together, the Divine Masculines are now seeing that it was love all along, because they were distracted by the energy of the Feminine hanging on. Now that that's gone, in many cases, the Masculines are paying notice. I'm going to get another energetic card. Cosmic Calibrator, Universal Attunement and Repatterning, Guidance. So Divine Feminines seeing that message with what the Masculines are wishing, definitely just align with the eternal, the universal, so that you can, as they say, see the red flags. But you don't have to be on guard. You can feel that energetically. If something's off, be curious, meditate, ask the divine to give you understanding. That is by far the greatest prayer you can ever offer, is show me understanding in this, no matter what it is. And then quiet yourself and wait for an epiphany to come about what you're seeking. Okay, what are the Masculine's actions? King of Pentacles and the Star in the reverse, but the King of Pentacles is commitment. This is the card of the entrepreneur, but it's also getting a very autumn colored theme here as well. I just heard one more year to go. So there's something here. There's something here that is changing for the better, for the long term. There's a maturation I'm feeling. This is the February stuff, and I'm getting the Mars-Venus conjunction on February 12th again. The star card is Aquarius, and that has been a major energy. So between now and February 12th, there is a lot of food for thought, meditation the masculines are doing regarding destined path. And this is the inner masculine, feminine polarities. I'm seeing like a soup being brewed. And it's a preparation energy. There's just this layer under the surface about the long term that's being looked at as the cosmic clock is pulling us towards true balance of masculine and feminine with the Mars and Venus energies. Okay, so divine masculines are deep in thought. What is this for the Starseed Awakening, Cosmic Heritage, Galactic Remembrance? Yeah, the stars, you know, when we focus on the cosmic, that's what this star is. Another layer of message there is we are being pulled up and out of just a 3D segregated barbaric past on the planet, and we're moving into unity consciousness. We've crossed the markers of unifying as a globe. Yes, it's messy. Yes, it's bumpy. Yes, a lot of things are being dredged from the deep. But we are doing it. And by necessity, when we unified as a planet, we then look to the cosmos because we have become one. And the only way to grow is to focus externally and unified. Okay, so galactic remembrance. People are having much more cosmic level thoughts more often. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines? Well, the Empress in the reverse and the King of Pentacles again. We have been getting back-to-back cards. King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands, Nine of Wands. That's been happening more and more in the readings. It's like this flow through the readings. There's a continuous storyline. Oh, I'm being drawn to the 22 on that card for the Galactic Remembrance. So when you see 22, ask, am I seeing the big picture enough right now? Okay, biggest challenge for the masculines. It is this commitment. Look at how miserly that king looks. The pentacle is massive. They are stressed out looking. So there might be a question of financial stability, financial performance, I just heard, success, whether or not the feminine can match that, hold their own. There's some energies that way. They are putting the feminine on the back burner for this, or they're so stressed out about this that they are projecting that the feminine isn't equal. That's a big challenge. Those are some gritty, I can see both sides of the energetic coin there. In one way, it looks very materialistic. In another way, it's quite practical. There is a certain degree of stress there, though, so that's why this is a problem. Divine masculines, drop in and ask higher. Drop into your heart and ask. If you are afraid of coming together with your feminine because of material realm commitments or financial constraints, etc., or the worry of, ask for solutions. You can innovate solutions. We're getting a card, light body expansion, illuminated presence. Yeah, when you're worried about things from the 3D vantage point, divine masculines, you're missing the fact that there are miracles that can come in that hold more light than the limitation that you are experiencing fear through. So when you can expand the consciousness and bring more higher guidance, higher light and potentiality because your frequency has raised, when you raise your energy, your positivity, your charge, your frequency up, it opens the doors for many more ways of looking at things. When we're in fear, we're limited, we're narrow-minded, we only see tunnel vision. So divine masculines with this challenge, dare to believe. It wouldn't be showing up if it wasn't available to shift. We only become aware or in the vicinity of certain problems consciously like this when we're on the cusp of expansion. What is the spirit guided solution? Page of Air, Six of Wands. Yes, divine masculines, you are being asked literally to reach out to your divine feminines for an update. This is a communication, a curiosity. The Page of Swords, Page of Air is the internet spying. So there's something, divine masculines, you're being asked to not make assumptions. I'm calling you out energetically on making a bunch of assumptions about the value on paper of these connections. How crazy. Okay, so divine masculines, you're making assumptions that victory is not available here, but you're going to have to reach out to your feminine to find out if you are making fear-based egoic assumptions or not. And even if there is an imbalance according to certain assessments that you've made in the past, there is always a miraculous solution. What is the adventure, exploration, and discovery? Yes, go back into open curiosity about innovation and solving problems and open-mindedness, divine masculines, because it looks like you've been very stressed with all the changes in your lives and you are trying to do it on your own. You can invite the feminine flow into this. Okay. Yeah, divine masculines, let the divine feminine energy in internally and also externally. You don't have to do everything on your own and take care of it on your own and block out the feminine for having too much or too little. There are innovative, autonomous, sovereign solutions, but communication is key. Where's the connection going? Three of Water and the Tower again. So for many who third-party situations involve, divine masculines are seriously seeing. There's that Queen of Swords energy again with the Tower and the divine feminine energy, because we got this in the heart space with the clarification that we were having a juxtaposition between karmic feminine energy and divine feminine energy again. So for divine masculines that have been with karmic partners out of convenience or for financial reasons, or choosing non-committal things out of fear that they don't want to get into a commitment that would drain their resources, for instance, the dam is bursting, I'm hearing. That no longer makes sense. It's no longer worth it. So divine masculines are realizing that these assumptions haven't really been safeguarding them in ways that they thought they would. Their hearts are aching. I just heard. What else can we see? Seal of Metatron, form, structure, foundation, and cosmology. There's that big starseed cosmology word again. Divine masculines are looking at the bigger picture. They've expanded in the matters of love. We saw last year around this time that the masculines were showing the world a new go-getter attitude. They were leaving certain ways of conduct where they were very secretive about sort of their comings and goings or their sexual preferences or their desires, as far as more the, what do I say, the party vibe, the open sexuality. A lot of sexual repression was removed last year, and now we're seeing the financial bondage being questioned. So this is when it gets down into true alignment, because the material, you know, you can have non-committal sexual explorations and feel liberated for a time, but if you're still locked down with the root chakra stuff and not expanding to be truly self-contained so that you're unafraid of others, you know, it's a mindset. When we think others will take advantage or there will be a disadvantage or whatnot, we're not looking at anything other than damage control. Divine masculines, because you're shifting into a more energetic focus, you're seeing that there's always a way. If you're conscious of things and you use communication in these ways, you're seeing that there's always a solution, and that you don't have to get involved in certain ways that are uncomfortable, and that you can communicate. There are many, many deep held codes of conduct in modern society that haven't learned diplomacy regarding intimacy, sovereign intimacy, autonomous intimacy. We have a lot of ownership templates and relationship templates that create codependent merging, and that's not what we're doing with divine love templates. Okay, let's get one more oracle for the union here. Blessings of the Supreme Being. That's a 25 card. Aloha ki akua. The divine is love. The Supreme Being from which all of life emanates manifests a blessing for you. The realm of the heart is love's temple. When you enter the heart, you gain access to the Great One and to the mana, the power, authority, grace, and magnetism to manifest your divine destiny. Trust in what is meant for you. Surrender doubt and disconnection in favor of love and respect for the Great One, and you shall live your true destiny with joy in your heart. Love can and will conquer all. Wow, could we have gotten a better card for that? Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.